Hey guys, this is Phil from Best Buy Mobile Chandler, Arizona. Basically, just submit to my nightly recap. I had actually a really cool night tonight. I got to meet some really neat people. I had a customer that came in tonight named AU that wanted to basically came in looking for AT&T. They were a current Sprint subscriber, and AU was looking at switching over to the iPhone. So I knew having an iPhone in my pocket that I'd be able to speak to the iPhone in most senses, even though we've never carried it here. My wife and I both have one, so I was able to relate with the customer on some of the things that they're looking for. But after talking about it, they kind of figured out that they kind of wanted to look at some of the phones that we offer. So we took a look at the Samsung Behold. We took a look at the Envy Touch with Verizon Wireless, which is a really cool phone. It has the full keypad and everything, and that's something actually I wish my phone had because I have an iPhone and I can only text on the screen. But regardless, then we looked over at the Sprint Instinct, which kind of caught the attention of our customer because they're saying about the phenomenal savings that Sprint actually offers for their service. Basically, if you get like the internet and the texting and the actual phone service, they have the Simply Everything plan for $99.99, which is a great deal and a great value for the customers. I think you can save them like over $360 a year to the comparable like AT&T rate or something. So we talked about it, and I pulled out my iPhone to just kind of show some of the apps that it offered because the iPhone still might have been a good opportunity or a good solution for them, and that's what I'm thinking of is just the best solution for my customer. So I pulled out my iPhone and I just showed them some of the apps that it had, and we talked about it, and they're like, well, I think I might use the apps, but probably not. And I just wanted to make sure the customer felt like that I actually acknowledged that they wanted to look at the iPhone. So, because they kind of were giving that vibe, like, okay, well, I kind of wanted to see the iPhone, but whatever. I showed it to them, we played around with it, and they were seeing that if they were to buy some of the phones with us, they'd actually, because they had done some shopping around, and they knew that if they shopped with us, that they'd be able to get the phones for a much cheaper price, less expensive, and that there's no mail-in rebates. So that was kind of cool that they kind of had heard that buzz, but we talked about it, and they were telling me that when they were in the Sprint store just wasn't very, very nice and very kind, that they were just trying to push some business, but they felt comfortable enough here to come because they just wanted to compare. So again, we talked about the phones, we talked about the service. They did not purchase with us tonight, but they did tell me that they're going to come back. They're actually going to come back on Saturday so they can bring their significant other in and they can look around at some of the phones and pick out a good plan. And we talked about our black tie protection, which covers the phone if, they say their dog gets it, which they said has happened before. And I had a story that I could share with them or two, but about dogs chewing up phones, but now's not the time for that. As you can see, we're starting to close, so I better speed this thing up. So again, this is my nightly recap. Customer was very happy. I know AU will be a returning customer with us. I have that confidence. She has my business card. We've got the rec sheet here to prove it. And yeah, so that's it. If you have any questions or anything, you know how to get a hold of me. Have a great night.